The Jan Arden strains is the base of Co van Dommelen's colony. Over the years there have been infusions of fresh blood, but the old inbred stock has remained the mainstay. The first pigeons that Co had as a child were directly from Jan Arden because Wiem, Co's father, was a very good friend of Jan Arden. Thanks to the friendship with Jan Koels from Nieuw-Wassemeer, even more birds with Arden blood strengthened Father Wiem's queen compartment. With such a solid foundation as a starting point, the results were not long in coming. When Co started racing on his own, he stayed true to his father's philosophy, to keep the Arden line as pure as possible. And the new acquisitions were immediately crossed with Arden blood from the line of Dahl, of Martha van Giel and the line of Pau Kok, the male of Jan Loot. But the reason why pigeon fanciers everywhere know Co van Dommelen today is the male Parsborst. The mother of this phenomenal pigeon came from Cas van de Graaf and was called T. Cash Vermeulen. However, the rest of the ascendants were mostly of Arden origin. The father's name was Ultiem, a super flyer and an even better breeder. He was a grandson of Zwart Dugniet, first place international Bordeaux. Whether you fly speed, middle distance or long distance, you always have something to learn from Co van Dommelen. The modern Arden pigeon always looks very beautiful in pictures, but believe it, it looks even better in real life. They are very strong pigeons, with silky plumage, supple muscles and eyes in which the whole world seems to be reflected. Every time you held a pigeon of Co, it felt like holding a super bird. And it is remarkable that all these birds are practically identical, making up a homogeneous family. Co also explained how he managed to compete for so many years with the same Arden base. These pigeons have so few defects that they blend themselves very easily to inbreeding. When discussing pigeons with Co, you will notice that he often mentions natural resistance. But what exactly does it refer to and how can you get this natural resistance in practice? You will find this out as soon as you enter his kennel. There is a special layer on the floor, which is nothing more than dried droppings, which have been there for several years. Every year, they remove the large parts, but the rest remains there. And all the grains are thrown directly on the floor, even the small seeds, which the pigeons must search for to get to them. And in the watering cans you will notice various things, and the watering cans are filled without being cleaned in the off-season. Co does this because he too gets tired after an exhausting season, but also because he works to build up his naturally acquired immunity. However, during the competition season, the waterers are cleaned and feed is administered in individual bowls for the stalls. Complementary products are mainly used to restore the energy reserves of pigeons during an exhausting season. Co only uses regular products. He has been doing this for a long time and he has no plans to change anything. Vita mineral, yeast, garlic oil, P40, granules with egg extract, Tovo granules from the Tullings Company, and Mother Bee milk. For Co, veterinary medicine is all about naturally acquired health. And he is not a follower of the new trend of vaccinations either, he only uses the mandatory vaccine against paramyxovirus. When Co notices that the pigeons are losing their vitality and becoming apathetic, the loft is disinfected with cottages, and the pigeons are kept indoors. Also use sleep sand for purification. On the day of boarding, he has a kind of ritual, which he has been doing for years. Each boarded pigeon receives 3 tablets, one for trichomoniasis, one for coccidiosis and 1 tablet with royal jelly. In this way, it is ensured that the birds are protected from infections at the moment of release, but they resort to this procedure only in the case of marathon competitions, when the pigeons spend many days in the transport car. Upon arrival, things are simple: clean water because his pigeons hesitate to drink water with electrolytes for the first time. Nothing special in the case of his pigeons, they must build up a naturally acquired immunity, which is very important. That is precisely why Co no longer has problems with respiratory infections and the disease of youngsters. The many successes of Co van Dommelen make his stock very popular worldwide, and many fanciers also achieve top successes with descendants from his stock of pigeons. Very strong pigeons and beautiful. Dark pigeons with very tender muscles, strong correlation in the eyes and a strong circle in the eyes. Everyone is impressed and asks how they can breed such pigeons. To do this, you firstly must have them in your lofts. Only then can you breed them. Good pigeons then, combined with a touch of feeling from the fancier, is almost a guarantee of success. But not many have that feeling. A pigeon amongst pigeons, that is probably the secret.